Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the prophetic word again today. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 16, and then we're going to go to 1 Corinthians 7:28, and then back over to Psalms chapter 40, verse 1. This prophetic word is for the individual that is deciding on something in their life that is new territory. The decisions that you are deciding to make, or the steps that you are deciding to make, are some things that are brand new to you. And there is a marriage, there's a relationship with the decision that you need to make that involves your answer on whether you'll do it or not. A marriage of sorts. And as we go through this prophetic word, the Lord will show you what he's talking about. Let's go to Proverbs 15:16. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure with trouble. Now I think the first verse it applies to the decisions that you are about to make, or that have been placed in front of you. And you need to decide why you're doing it. Not necessarily how it's going to all happen, because a lot of that has already taken place in the decisions, in and what has been given to you to make the decision. The how is there. It's already there. It's not a question. It's, what do you want to get out of this situation? Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure with trouble. Are you seeking? Most people are tempted to make decisions based on how much they can get out of the situation or person. But the Lord is telling you, do not make a decision that way. Not this one. Not this new area of your life. Do not make decisions based on how much, the great treasure. Because with great treasure, if that's the reason why you're making the decision, brings with it trouble. Are you willing to go through a lot of unnecessary trouble, trouble that you have never been in, trouble that you have never dealt with before? That's what the Lord is saying. Proverbs 15:16. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure with trouble. 1 Corinthians 7:28. But even if you do marry, you have not sinned. And if a virgin marries, she has not sinned. Nevertheless, such will have trouble in the flesh, but I would spare you. So Paul is saying about marriage, it's not, being married is not a sin, but there's a lot of trouble. There's a lot of trouble, as those listening to this video are in marriages now they're not the same troubles as being single. And so Paul is letting you know, hey, you're going to go through some troubles in this, if you begin this kind of relationship. The decision someone's trying to make in their life with this new area is not a sin if you decide to do it. But understand the troubles that follow the decision that you want to make to walk into this circumstance in this area of your life, this new area. But even if you do marry, you do not sin. This is not a sin if you make the decision. It's just, you have to decide again, how much trouble do you want to deal with? How is it necessary right now in your life to have to go through such trouble and new troubles, different troubles than you've ever experienced before, because this is a new area. This is an area of your life that you've never been before. But with that comes troubles, like he said, nevertheless, such will have trouble in the flesh, but I would spare you. Psalm 40, verse 1, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined to me and heard my cry. Basically, the third one is, don't rush into this because the opportunity is in front of you. Do it because God has called you to do it. Because with the trouble will also come God's grace to do what he's called you to do. But understand, the message here is that there is unnecessary trouble. And if this prophetic word changes your mind and changes the direction in which you should go away from this decision instead of further or closer to it, then listen. And if it doesn't, and if it's something that God wants you to do and you're not swayed by the message of trouble, then do it. But do it as the God leads you in His Word and make sure that it is according to His will. God bless you. Have a great day.